It's been almost a week since the Xbox and Bethesda Game Showcase where they announced Captaincy, the next big thing being added to Sea of Thieves. However, there are some features in this game that often as a player base we look back at that really need an update, and often the most common of these is the Hunter's Call. The company that was left in the dust, the company without an emissary, the company that was sort of added and never touched. In this video, we're going to be discussing how this could potentially be improved in the future and what the developers could do to it. Okay, so let's talk about the big problem with the Hunter's Call as it is. So currently, the level cap is 50, as opposed to all the other trading companies, which is 75, with the exception of Athena, which is 20 of course. There's no voyages for it at all, and literally the only way of progression is fishing, which, to be honest, no one really does. I got my Hunter's Call up to level 50 by doing mermaid gems, by giving them in, by doing Athena runs, digging them up, and then just any excess I had, I gave it to them. That's like the only feasible way, because at the end of the day, fishing's fun for the first, even probably the first play session, it's not bad. It's exciting when you catch a new fish, especially when you get a rare one. But to do it over and over again, the Hunter's Call is such a grind. And no one does it for their Pirate Legend companies. And I mean no one, because there's no reason to. There is no incentive. The Order of Souls, Merchant Alliance, Reaper's Bones and Gold Hoarders are just so much better, they're so much funner and so much easier. And with the arena gone, us having one less company, I think we quite possibly could be seeing an update to the Hunter's Call soon, because otherwise it may as well just not exist, there's no point for it to. So how could the Hunter's Call be improved? Well, to start off, let's add an emissary. That's the first obvious thing. It needs an emissary so we can have better progression, and we're going to be raising the level cap to 75. So then, what's the new core incentive going to be to do the Hunter's Call? Well, throughout the companies, the reason anyone does it isn't for the loot, it's for the experience, it's for the content, it's for the voyage. After all, it's a video game. So it doesn't matter how grindy the Hunter's Call is, it matters about the replayability of the voyages and how fun they are. Hence, the first set of voyages we're going to be introducing are going to be literally hunting down Krakens and Megalodons. This will be the base voyages when you're really low level. You get a contract to go to a certain square, and if it's a Megalodon, you have to summon the Megalodon with all your crew, and then it's got this fancy animation, like all the way back in the Hungering Deep. And with a Kraken, once you go there, it will spawn on you. This is the most basic voyage, and this, even though it could get relatively boring and there won't be too much of an incentive to do it over and over again, they're the basic voyages, they're the starting ones. When you get higher up, we can then start introducing two things. Number one, new types of Kraken, and number two, new types of sea monsters. We already have different types of Megalodon, so you could have different rarities, but by different types of Kraken, I mean completely different movesets. If we look in the book of the Art of Sea of Thieves, we can see they originally had an absolute megaton of Krakens planned. Let's go through them though. Starting off, we have the Crustacean Kraken. This Kraken is almost like a lobster Kraken hybrid that had massive claws that could grab onto your boat. We then have the monstrous Ancient Fish. This is less of a Kraken and literally, as I say, more of an ancient fish. It looks like it had a massive mouth, unsure what this moveset could have been. We then have the Electric Kraken, which could function similarly to the Electric that's currently in game, wrapping its tail around your boat and then shocking you whenever you try to hit it. Then there's the Island Mimic Kraken, which I really like. This Kraken literally mimics islands, so you'd go up to an island, obviously it wouldn't be in the real world, so you'd be able to tell, hang on, is this a Kraken, because it wouldn't normally be there, and then it would get up, or once you're on it, it would somehow attack your boat. That is an absolutely awesome concept. Then, next up, we have the Mega Mouth Kraken. This is like in Pirates of the Caribbean, almost, the Kraken in that, but it would literally try and consume your boat in one. I don't know how this would work, but it basically has a humongous mouth. Then there's the Poison Cloud Kraken, which I think is quite a unique idea. So it'd make a cloud around your boat that would harm you, making it obviously a lot harder. Then one of the more really interesting ones is the Blind Leviathan. So this, as I say, it'll be blind, but I don't know again what its moveset could be. And lastly, there's the Crested Kraken, which this, I don't even know what to think of this, it just looks awesome. But as you can see, they originally had a lot of Krakens planned at launch. And then, with regards to another new creature, it's quite debated what people want. Some people want a sea serpent, some people even speculated they want a giant bird in the sky, so I'm not going to make an executive decision on what this should be, but we should definitely see some new type of sea monster. The Hunter's Call should 100% be based around hunting. After all, it's in the name. The second type of voyage that we can introduce is actually going to be in the form of a land battle. I like this voyage to be a little bit more cinematic, so you go and speak to NPCs, sort of like adventure style-y, you get some nice dialogue, some nice music, and then eventually you track down a giant land monster. The immediate thought that comes to mind would be a giant crab, but a lot of people don't actually seem to want this, so I'm not sure what the land battle would be, but having just a land fight that's not a skeleton and it's actually a big boss, because currently the only big land battles we have are with skeleton lords and ashen lords, it would be absolutely insane. I think there's only one question that we've left to answer. We've covered the voyages, we've covered the progression, obviously 75 with emissaries and stuff, but what would the rewards be? Well, normally with a company, when leveling up to 50, there are 2 cosmetics which will continually to be progressed. However, with the Hunter's Call, it was different. You got a new cosmetic every 5 levels, so we're going to have to change it up for getting to 75. For 75, with the new captaincy update coming, I think it would be really cool to actually earn the Killer Whale Captain's Cabin customizations instead of something else, because as I say, captaincy coming, it could easily release alongside that, but it probably won't. I'm thinking this would happen with future seasons, so we'll have to see with that. But I think it'd be nice to see some cool different cosmetics. Maybe we could delve into curses, scars, stuff like that, and not just the base normal rewards that we get that everyone's used to. Because unique rewards are what people grind for. If someone sees just a plain sail, we've got loads of sails. People want to see the unique stuff. But anyways, that does just don't wrap up this video. There are tons of ideas. I really think the Hunter's Call will be getting an expansion because it needs it. Not necessarily in Season 7, maybe not 8, maybe not even 9, but it is definitely on the horizon. They will not just abandon this company. And with all of the new customization options coming with captaincy, we could be seeing some really cool rewards. Let me know what you think of all this down in the comments below, as I'm really interested to hear your thoughts. Let me know what sea creatures you'd want to see added, and what else you'd love to see come to the Hunter's Call. But anyway, that does just wrap up this video. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you did enjoy, please consider leaving a like, it helps out a ton, and subscribe to stay up to date with all the latest Sea of Thieves news as and when it comes out. And if you want to go the extra mile, you can become a channel member for just a small fee a month and get access to loads of cool perks and rewards. But anyways, apart from all that, thanks for watching and I'll see you later.